So, hello and welcome to a heart-centered pause, ending your year with grace and ease. My name is Diane Haworth. I'm a heart-centered success coach. I'm the founder of the Be Love Principles. And more than anything else, I'm just a woman, just a person like you are, that's trying to get through life with love, compassion, and joy. And joy. This has been an interesting year for me, and I'm sure it's been for all of us. We've all experienced grief and challenges and joys and freedoms. What I wanted to do tonight was share 3 tools that have really helped me as I've been going through this year, and it's helping me at the end of the year on, reflect on things that have happened. So you don't have to worry about taking notes. In the follow-up email that you're going to get, you'll not only get this recording, but you'll get links to everything I'm going to talk about tonight. So I just need you to relax and enjoy the next 20 minutes. One of the things that I love to do is start with an intention, a poem, a saying. And I love this book, and it's called To Bless the Space Between Us. And I actually have this link in the email that you're going to get. I want to read a short poem, and it says, for belonging, because all of us belong right here, right now. Wherever you are in your life, you belong. Wherever you are on the planet, you belong. Wherever you are on this life journey, in this crazy world that we're all in, you belong. Okay, so here we go. May you listen to your longing to be free. May the frames of your longings be generous enough for your dreams. May you arise each day with a voice of blessings whispering in your heart. May you find a harmony between your soul and your life. May the sanctuary of your soul never become haunted. May you know the eternal longing that lives at the heart of time. May there be kindness in your gaze when you look within. May you never place walls between the light and yourself. May you allow the wild beauty of the invisible world to gather you, mind you, and embrace you in belonging. So that, again, is from To Bless the Space Between Us, a book of blessings by John O'Donohue. It's one of the favorite ways I have of starting a gathering, just to bring us into this place of belonging. I also want to just ask you to come with a beginner's mind. If you've been with me for a while, you may remember some of the things that I'm going to be talking about today, but they're always a good reminder. I also want to remind you all, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a mental health professional. Don't ask me for financial advice. I'm not an attorney. We're just here having fun. I consider myself a spiritual teacher, and at the core, I believe we are all divine sparks of God, and we're just in little individual forms. If you've been with me a while, you've heard me talk about flavors, right? So when I'm looking at this beautiful screen, I see all the flavors of love gathered here tonight. That's what you are. So let's start with an idea about how to ground. And this is something some of you are going to know, as a matter of fact. It is a beautiful, simple grounding exercise. I'm going to give it to you in a very, very quick and easy way, because again, I want to be very mindful of our time. But in the recording email, I've also given you links to more scientific explanations. And I know some people are going to love this. It's the heart-brain coherence grounding meditation. If you've never been introduced to this before, there is quite a bit of scientific evidence that when our heart and our mind are in coherence, not only are we healthier, we can think more clearly, we feel more grounded, And actually, when you get into this beautiful space, it's like you get to a 0.1 hertz, I believe it is, and it's a vibration that is love to your body. So this is, to me, the ultimate self-love tool. But the reason I use it specifically for helping with grace and ease is because it helps instantly calm me and help me become more clear about what I need to do, where I need to go, how I need to be. So we're going to do it together. It's really easy. I'll tell you what we're going to do first, and then I'll walk you through it. I'm going to have you lightly touch your heart, if that's possible for you, if that's comfortable for you. Slightly touch your heart. I'm going to lead you through a really simple breathing exercise, and I'm going to ask you to bring to mind the feelings of deep appreciation, gratitude, or compassion. Those energies will help regulate and align your heart and brain, and you will feel beautifully calm. So here's what we're going to do. Just relax wherever you are. If you can lightly touch your heart, that's great. If your feet can be on the ground, again, that's wonderful. Go ahead and lightly shut your eyes. It doesn't look like anybody is driving, so that would be great. What I'd like you to do is just gently breathe into the count of 5. Then I want you to release a little longer. So in 5, out 7, and I'll count you down. Let's breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Let's breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now continue breathing just a little longer on the exhale. And bring to mind something that swells your heart with appreciation, gratitude, compassion, something that just you can feel your heart open like a flower. We all have that. We all have that experience, that memory. Let's focus on that feeling as you're breathing. Deep, deep gratitude. A feeling of compassion or care. There we go. There we go. Now on that last exhale, just relax and open your eyes. There you go. Now that was super fast, again, because I promised you we're going to squeeze 30 years of my teaching into 20 minutes. So this is why you're going to get the not only the recording, but you're going to get additional resources. This, if you just take this from tonight, this will change your life. This is pioneered by the Heart Math Institute, and it's absolutely life-changing. As a matter of fact, you'll see in the documentation, 3 minutes. It's all you need to do, and it can actually shift you biologically for up to 6 hours. So I love to do this morning, noon, and night. So let's go ahead and let's go to our next thing. So we talked about in the title, ending your year, right, with grace and ease. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, a lot of times at this time of the year, I'm going back and I'm thinking, was it a good year or was it a bad year? In truth, it was just a year. The way I experienced the different events in my life and the emotions that evoked and the experiences that came about, right? That is what makes me judge something as good or bad. What I've noticed after all these years is that no matter how grounded, how spiritual, how loving I try to be, that old human ego thing is always going to be a filter in the way that I experience things. And that's just human, right? We're human. We have an ego, which is our personality self. And then we have what I think of as the soul self, that divine part of you, that spark of the divine that's in each of us. And when things don't go the way that we would like them to go, right, our ego comes up with all kinds of excuses, and this was bad, and I couldn't believe they did this. It's just the human stuff. I would invite you to be really gentle with you, with everyone in your life, with everyone in the world, as we are all doing the best we can based on where we are, what we've learned, what our experience is. Having said that, that does not mean you shouldn't have healthy boundaries. Of course you should. Of course you should. I heard a minister say one time that he went to visit a shut-in, and every time he went to pet this shut-in member of his church's, went to pet the dog would bite him. So he stopped petting the dog, right? He sent somebody else. Doesn't mean he can't take care of them and love them, but you don't need to get your hand bitten. You don't need to be in a dangerous situation. So I'm not asking you to do that. But what I'm inviting you to do, and what I believe love is inviting you to do, and when I say love, I mean God, universe, source, whatever you think it is that beats your heart and mind, that makes the galaxies, that makes the tides come in and out. That is what I call love. It's not the love of, I love spaghetti or I love my slippers. We're not talking about that. That's love of attachment. We're talking about the big energy, this creation energy. That's what I mean when I talk about love. And to me, that love invites you to see everything from a different perspective. We've all had the experience of maybe, especially this time of year, you go into, maybe it's a gathering at church, maybe it's a party, and you get stuck in one corner. If you're lucky, you get stuck in the food corner. But wherever it is, you're in one place. And that obstructs and changes your view of everything that's going on. Once you move from that corner of the room to the couch or outside or wherever it is, you have a completely different perspective. Love gives us a way to broaden our perspective. There's many ways to do that. What I'm going to teach you tonight is what I call the Be Love principles. This is a technique that came to me several years ago. It's what my work is based on. And what I find it does is takes a narrow, constricted ego perspective. We'll just put it that way, which isn't good or bad. That's just the way it is as humans, right? And it helps you see things from a more expanded way. So think of it this way. When you're thinking about nature or God or love, anything like that, it is expansive, creative, intelligent. That's what love is. Intelligent, creative, and expansive. That's what love is. When we are feeling constricted in our body, that's when I'll tell my kids I'm in my feels. That means I know I'm in my pity place. I'm having a little moment. And that's fine. We need to have those and we need to honor those. But it's not, it could be what I feel is true at the moment, but it's not the divine truth. It's Diane's truth at that moment. So what I'm going to invite you to do, we're going to go through another short little meditation, and I am watching the clock, by the way. We're going to go through a short meditation, and you're just going to try this. It's going to be shortened. So again, I'm going to send you a link in your email, so you'll be able to do this a little longer if you want. I'm going to tell you what the 4 principles are because I'm going to lead you through a meditation where we use this. The first one is greet everyone with an open heart without an agenda. Second one, see the divine essence in everyone and everything. And again, I have all this written down for you, so you don't have to worry about it. The third one I have to tell you is the kicker. This is the one where people are not the most thrilled. It's the forgiveness one. Forgive quickly, completely, and unconditionally. And the fourth one is remember you never left the light of the all. I'll explain all of that as I lead you through this short meditation. What I want you to remember tonight is you don't have to forgive anyone or anything you don't want to. That is absolutely always your choice. So when I get to that part of the meditation, what I'm going to do is say, if you are open, you ask we're going to be asking spirit, right? God, Christ, whoever you work with, we're going to be asking them to lead us through this forgiveness thing. If you're not ready to forgive, you might be open to knowing what it feels like to forgive. And if that's where you are, that's where you are. There's no right or wrong. I'm just giving you opportunities. Okay. So here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to go back over this year, and I want you to pick an event, a situation, could be a person, something where you might be having some conflict, or you just didn't understand what the heck were they doing, or why did that happen? Just something you might feel a little stuck around. That's all. And what I want you to do is I want you to rate it. So on a scale of 1 being, I have no conflict with that at all, to 10 is like, I can't believe this is driving me crazy. I want you to pick a number. And if your number's 1 or 2, pick something else. I need you to do something else. So pick a number. I'm not going to ask you what this is. This is totally your business. This is just for you. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and shut your eyes. Again, if you're not driving, shut your eyes. Just relax. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine that you can breathe the energy of love in through the back of your heart and out through the front. We're going to breathe love in through the back of your heart, out through the front, in through the back, out through the front. Good. Now, just in the sacred space of your own heart, silently to yourself, I want you to bring to mind whatever your focus, situation, or person is. And I want you to silently say, show me how to greet this person, situation, whatever it is, with an open heart without an agenda. And just relax. Just relax. Just breathe into that, trusting that you're going to know exactly what you need to know when you need to know it. Just relax. Take another breath in through the back of your heart and out through the front. And this time in that sacred space, I want you to say, show me the divine essence here. Show me the divine essence here. And again, no expectations. Good. Take another breath in through the back of your heart, out through the front. Just reground right there in that beautiful space of your own sacred heart. If you're ready, you can say, show me how to forgive quickly, completely, and unconditionally now. Show me how to forgive quickly, completely, and unconditionally now. Relax. If you're not ready for that, Absolutely no worries. If you're ready, you can say, please show me how to be open to forgiveness. Show me what it would feel like to be open to forgive. And just relax. Good. Now, just one more part. I want you to imagine that you are standing on a stage and there is this beautiful golden spotlight right over the top of your head. It's coming right on you, all the way around you, like 20 feet, all the way around. You're in this beautiful, bright, gorgeous spotlight. I want you to breathe that energy in. And I want you to ask, show me to remember I am the light. Feel that light. Imagine what it would be like to inhale light, let it go all the way through your system. Now, if you're ready, you can invite a symbol of the person or the situation that has been your focus for this meditation into the light with you. Not to condone behavior, just to acknowledge that light is light, but that's totally up to you. If that's comfortable, bring them into the light. If not, no problem. Just want you to sit here for a minute, imagining that light tingling on your skin. Feel it coursing through your veins. Inhale it. Feel it absolutely resonating with every cell in your body. There we go. Good. Good. Now, because we have a very short time together tonight, I want you to start to become aware of where you are. Feel your feet on the ground. Open your eyes, lift your head. I want you to look at something on the wall. Fix your gaze to something in the room. Yep, just so that you're oriented. So we've got everybody back. Hopefully everybody's back. Okay, so what I want you to do is just think about that focus, person, or event. Just make a mental note. What is your rating now? 1 to 10. 1 to 10. And you're welcome to email me and let me know, or it's been my experience that sometimes this shifts immediately. Sometimes it takes overnight. I have done this on big stages. I did it for a big association down in Georgia once, and we hundreds and hundreds of people. And about 2 weeks later, I got an email that said, you know that weird thing you made us do? Guess what happened? So it unfolds in the way that it unfolds for you. And we went really, really quick today. The link that I'm going to send you takes you through the process in a much longer way. So I just wanted to give you a little taste today because I promised to keep it short. So when we're talking about ending this year with grace and ease, we talked about heart-brain coherence, making our heart and our brain align so that we can have more clarity, more peace, the clarity from that is what really helps me tremendously. Helps with the breathing, all of it. And again, you'll get all the explanations. If I am dealing with a challenge, and who isn't, by the way, the Be Love principles help me see it in a different way, no matter how challenging my focus person is. I also want to let you know that the Be Love principles can be used with something that's joyous. I know that people that have registered tonight, I know that we've got some folks that have had wonderful things happen in their families. They've had new grandbabies and they've had new jobs, and they've had wonderful things happen. My invitation to you is to always ask if you could see it through the lens of love. Because anytime we are seeing anything through our own lens, it's constricted. Even the joy, even the freedom. So while I always want you to use the Be Love principles or something like it, right? When you're dealing with a conflict, it's not just for conflicts. And if you have any questions about that, there's all kinds of free material on my website. The last thing that I wanted to mention to you, because I talked to you in our promotions about setting your intention for the new year. Make your vision board, set your goals, do whatever you feel called to do. But what I want you to know is you are the light you seek. You are the abundance you seek. You are the love you seek. It's not the personality part of you, but it is that divine light within, that eternal part of you, the soul part of you. You have everything right there. So the third thing I wanted to share with you today, or encourage you to do going forward, is find your tribe. Find a group that encourages you and loves on you and that you can help give support to. And find a resource that speaks to your heart. So for me, it is A Course in Miracles. And this is a Christian language, right? But it's actually a mystical text. And this is one of the passages that I love. And this is one of the things, I prayed this right before I came on today. And I will put this in your email as well. But I just want you to let these words wash over you as we finish up today. This comes from lesson 361 to 365 in A Course in Miracles. The last 5 days of the year in A Course in Miracles, we have a lesson for every day, just like you do for the Bible and the Kabbalah. All kinds of wonderful traditions will have that. But this is the same lesson, and this is what it is. This holy instant what I give to you, be you in charge. For I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. And if I need a word to help me, he will give it to me. If I need a thought, that will he also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil, open mind, these are the gifts I will receive of him. He is in charge by my request, and he will hear and answer me, because he speaks for God, my Father, and his Holy Son. So the last thing I wanted to say is, remember, you are never alone. Regardless of who's in the house with you, who's in the car with you, you are never alone. You are a facet of the divine. And remember that whenever, that's the advice I would give you going forward. So that ends our time tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you and look forward to this recording, and you will be getting it soon.